Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. It is a fact that the Lakers will sign a great center, but what kind of player will he be to support Luka Doncic and LeBron James? Clint Capella can provide the Lakers with many good things and still fit in perfectly with the stars of the purple and gold. If the Lakers send Rui Hachimura and Shake Milton to Atlanta, it will be a great deal. Lakers want to sign the big Clint Capella. Capella fits perfectly into the mold of center that Luka Doncic asked the Lakers to recruit when he arrived. Jackson Hayes has shown some flashes, but he's inexperienced and still needs to put together a large sample size to make the Lakers believe he can be their long-term center. Capella, 31, isn't a long-term solution either, but he could fill the void while the Lakers wait for the right time to access more draft assets to try to land a bigger name. Capella is having a down year, averaging just 8.9 points and 8.1 rebounds with 1.0 blocks, but that's because he's playing less in the Hawks' crowded center rotation. He's playing just 21.4 minutes, his fewest since the 2015-16 season. A move to the Lakers could give him starting minutes and potentially return to being the league's most prolific offensive rebounder. Los Angeles Lakers receive Clint Capella, sign and trade. Atlanta Hawks receive Rui Hachimura, Shake Milton, 2031 first-round pick swap, LAL. Clint Capella is the definition of a traditional center, a strong rebounder, 8.5 RPG, solid shot blocker, and rim runner who thrives in the pick and roll. His fit alongside Doncic would be seamless, giving the Lakers a reliable lob threat and someone who can protect the paint. With the Hawks looking to rebuild, they will look to bring back assets by moving on from Capella. The Lakers wouldn't have to give up much to get him, which makes this deal attractive. The question is whether Capella's lack of offensive versatility limits the Lakers' ceiling. Still, for a team that needs size, this would be a solid move. If the Hawks, who own Capella, don't bring him back, the Lakers could get him for a low price, as low as the mid-level exception for taxpayers or more than the mid-level for non-taxpayers, depending on their market this summer. Capella should find suitors elsewhere, though he will undoubtedly take a cut from his $22.3 million salary this season. He is expected to sign a new deal in the range of $5 to $14 million per year, Pincus added. Capella will join a crowded center market led by fellow unrestricted free agents Brook Lopez, Miles Turner and Al Horford, Kevin Looney and Naz Reid, player option. Turner is the obvious choice, but the Lakers have no cap space unless LeBron James declines his player option and signs elsewhere, which is unlikely to happen. A sign-and-trade for Turner is possible, but the Lakers need to give up rotation players to match salaries, and on top of that, they only have their 2031 first-round pick and 2 pick swaps to potentially offer Indiana. But after Lakers vice president and general manager Rob Pelinka pulled off the Luka Doncic trade and nearly traded for Mark Williams, anything is possible. If they want to keep the core and just add a center, Capella is a cheaper option. Lakers' Luka Doncic makes honest admission about chemistry with new team. Luka knows that there is a long way for the Lakers to go. It hasn't taken Luka Doncic much time to settle in with his new team, the Los Angeles Lakers, in the first few weeks since the Dallas Mavericks inexplicably traded him away. Doncic, in fact, is in the middle of a hot streak at the moment, as he has scored 30 or more points in 4 consecutive games, including in the Lakers' 120-119 win over the Indiana Pacers courtesy of a game winner from LeBron James. Doncic, on the night, recorded 34 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists on 11-21 shooting from the field and 6-10 from deep, and he nearly was the hero for the Lakers on Wednesday before his attempt at a game-winning floater rimmed out softly, paving the way for James' heroics. It seems like Doncic and the Lakers have already gone through so much together. They have gone on multiple winning and losing streaks with the 26-year-old Slovenian star donning the purple and gold, and their shared adversity as well as success has only served to grease the wheels in terms of his acclimation process with the team. Just trying to play my game. All my teammates got my back. They support me, Doncic said in his post-game interview with ESPN. However, Doncic admitted that the Lakers' chemistry is still in the middle of a growth process, which should come with time. It's still a work in progress. A lot of work in progress, with the chemistry and everything. It doesn't mean nothing if we don't win. So today we won, so it's great, Doncic added. Lakers hit with flawed roster assessment in wake of Luka Doncic trade. The Lakers have been struggling defensively. The Los Angeles Lakers have been a mixed bag of late, picking up a buzzer-beating win over the Indiana Pacers on Wednesday evening to bring a recent 3-game losing streak to a close. LeBron James hasn't been playing particularly well since returning from a groin injury, but he was able to get the game-winning putback on a missed Luka Doncic floater to get the Lakers back in the win column versus Indiana. While the Lakers were widely praised for their acquisition of Doncic, one immediate concern for the team was how they would hold up on defense. After a solid start, Los Angeles has started to falter in that department of late, and recently, NBA insider Tim McMahon of ESPN broke down why. "This is a flawed roster from a defensive perspective," said McMahon on NBA Today. "They don't have a true rim protector. They're closing games with Dorian Finney-Smith at the 5. Luka Doncic, if you protect him in the right kind of scheme, he can be an effective part of a team defense. They don't have the pieces around him. The Lakers don't have any players on their roster who would be considered elite on both sides of the floor, at least at this stage of their careers, which has made it somewhat of a challenge for head coach J.J. Redick to produce lineups that have enough offensive firepower but can still get stops. A backcourt of Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic was always going to struggle with point-of-attack defense, but those concerns have been exacerbated by the Lakers' lack of a true rim protector following their trade of Anthony Davis. The Pacers exploited this weakness during a furious rally in the final minutes Wednesday evening prior to James' game winner. Lakers may reignite trade talks for Mark Williams, says NBA executive. The Los Angeles Lakers trade deadline was one of the more consequential in the history of the legendary franchise. Not only did they land star point guard Luka Doncic, but they traded for center Mark Williams of the Charlotte Hornets to round the team out. However, a few days after the trade, the deal for Williams was rescinded and Williams went back to Charlotte. The big man had multiple areas of concern during a physical, and the Lakers were then left with a big hole in the middle of the roster. While the team is looking to go after another NBA title, the front office also has its eyes on the upcoming offseason. Some NBA executives believe that Los Angeles could once again go after Williams on the trade market. Mark Williams is obviously back with the Hornets after the Lakers rescinded their February trade for the Charlotte big man, but some rival executives expect the Williams trade market to be re-explored this summer, wrote NBA insider Mark Stein. The Hornets have tried to shut down similar speculation about star guard LaMelo Ball, but the reality remains that Williams, Ball, and Brandon Miller have managed to appear in the same game just 18 times over the past 2 seasons. Williams would have been the perfect fit next to Doncic and LeBron James, so the interest could still be there for Los Angeles. But the optics would certainly be interesting if the Lakers did decide to make another run at him. Los Angeles would likely want to trade less than the original deal included due to the injury concerns. But it also remains to be seen if the Hornets would be willing to engage the Lakers in a deal after the rescinded trade. There are a lot of moving parts here, and as we get closer to the NBA offseason, things will become even more clear. This Lakers team does need to upgrade at the center spot, and this summer will be the best chance to make that happen. 3 teams Lakers don't want to face in postseason this year. The Lakers would feel a lot better about their chances of winning a title if they don't have to face these teams in the playoffs. The Los Angeles Lakers believe that they are a contender to win the NBA championship now that they have Luka Doncic. They believe that his offensive play raises their ceiling in a way they didn't have with Anthony Davis on the roster. If Doncic and LeBron James are able to be healthy for a playoff run, they feel really good about their chances to make the NBA Finals. Still, it would be easier for them if they didn't have to face these 3 teams in the playoffs. These 3 matchups would give them the most trouble in the postseason. Read more. Lakers rumors. Jackson Hayes expected to have strong market in free agency. 1. Denver Nuggets. For the last few years, it seems that the Nuggets have had the Lakers' number. Los Angeles hasn't been able to beat them in the playoffs. In fact, the Nuggets have knocked the Lakers out of the playoffs in each of the last 2 years, ending their season both times. It's clearly a nightmare matchup. Not having Anthony Davis to defend Nikola Jokic would only make it harder to defend him in the post. He's the best player in the NBA for a reason. 2. Golden State Warriors. The Warriors have been a much better team since they brought in Jimmy Butler. He gives them a small forward who can do whatever is necessary to win games. Anytime you are in a series with Steph Curry on the other sidelines, it is scary, too. He can get hot at any given moment and carry the team to victory. Although the Lakers have the defensive personnel to handle both Curry and Butler in a series, they are still a headache to deal with. More Lakers news. Lakers listed as potential landing spot for Giannis Antetokounmpo this offseason. 3. Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder are considered the best team in the NBA. They just have so many guys that can hurt you at any given time that they are impossible to defend. They would likely pick on Doncic on defense, getting him switched into action with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as much as possible. That's a nightmare scenario for the Lakers. Playing the Thunder would be really tough, which is why the Lakers are working so hard to get the second seed in the West. LeBron James sends message to Luka Doncic after Lakers game. Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James had a special message for Luka Doncic after their dramatic 120-119 victory over the Indiana Pacers. James reshared Doncic's Instagram story, which featured a post-game photo of the two embracing, and added his own caption. "Yes sir, my brother. Great road W," James wrote. The four-time NBA champion's late-game heroics sealed the win for the Lakers, as he tipped in a missed floater from Doncic just before the buzzer sounded. The victory snapped the Lakers' three-game losing streak and kept them in the fight for playoff positioning. Brothers. pic.twitter.com/sio0p4fpuf, mydzn, at Madeleine Dizon, March 27, 2025. The Lakers found themselves trailing 119-118 after Tyrese Halliburton converted a three-point play with just 42 seconds remaining. With time winding down, Benedict Mathurin missed a crucial three-pointer for the Pacers, setting up the final possession for the Lakers. Doncic, who had been stellar throughout the night, drove into the lane for a potential game winner, but his floater rimmed out. James, perfectly positioned, reacted instantly and tipped the ball in as time expired, securing a much-needed victory for the Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers forward LeBron James, 23. Copyright Trevor Rushkowski. Main images and #169, Trevor Rushkowski. Main images. Though James struggled offensively early in the game, finishing with 13 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists, his presence was felt when it mattered most. Meanwhile, Doncic put on a show, leading the Lakers with 34 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. After the game, Doncic acknowledged the growing chemistry within the team but emphasized that there's still work to be done. "It's still a work in progress," Doncic said in his post-game interview, shared by Luka Updates on X, "A lot of work in progress, with the chemistry and everything. But it doesn't mean anything if we don't win. Today we won, so it's great." With the win, the Lakers improved to 44-28, breaking out of their recent slump. The victory was critical as they continued their push for playoff positioning in the highly competitive Western Conference. James' Instagram post reaffirmed the strong bond developing between the two stars, showcasing the camaraderie that could be key to the Lakers' success as the season progresses.